Control Show. Cruise Control Show. Cruise Control Show. Here comes the man in the suit. It's a legend. It's quite cool. Cruise Control Show. Cruise Control Show. Cruise Control Show. Cruise Control Show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Kruse Control. It is Friday, May 24th, 2024. Welcome back to Kruse Control, the home of entertainment news. I am your host, as always, Brian Kruse, and something weird's happened, I know you can hear me. So welcome back. Happy to see you. I'm so happy to see you. Happy Friday. Hope you had a great week, kicked some ass, accomplished a lot of shit, did a good deed. Maybe you hugged a tree. Maybe you loved a person. Maybe you had a great night with somebody you never saw before. That's the greatest thing in life, your whole experience ever. I don't know, but it's happy Friday. It's Strong Friday. We're having a great time tonight. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Welcome back, Ron. Ron, tell me, good to see you. I'm going to see you so bad. Happy Kruse Control Friday.
Thank you. Happy Kruse Control Friday to you. It's been a long time since a Friday. Hi, Queen.
Yeah. I know we're usually here on like a Saturday recently, right?
Yeah, for the past couple, I think, and which was great too.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, but I'm so happy to see you, Ron. How's your week been? You doing okay?
It's been touch and go with my friend that died, and yeah, it's been a week.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump into that in a second, and I really it's a lot. Maybe I should have jumped in that before. It's been a day, but let's go that quickly, Ron, before we go into anything else, because honestly, it's tough here on Kruse Control because we usually start, and I was gonna dive in a second, but I should have gone into it. But so we had a passing recently, just happened, of a very dear friend of ours, a DP, director of photography, a cinematographer that has been working in the business for a long time, James W. Roberson. And I know Jim a long time ago too. I worked on a show called Melissa and Joey, and Jim was awesome. He's a DP there. He was always very happy and outgoing, and just, you know, one of those DPs work for that he pops in for a second and he's doing a bunch of things. And then all of a sudden he turns and he smiles. He goes, "Good job," and he walks away. But he's always busy. But you see him doing so many things. Like, what? Oh, hey, what's up, man? And you know that he's got so much on his mind, but he cared about everybody, and he just did so many shows, from I think it was Haunted Hathaways to I mostly enjoys Ryman, but so many Nickelodeon shows, other shows. He's been doing it for a long, long time. And unfortunately, we lost a dear, dear, kind soul that, gave a lot to the business. And I think a lot of people don't understand and see that. But people that work in the industry, we do. And we appreciate everything that he gave to the industry that a lot of people just, don't see. They really don't see. But we loved him, and R.I.P. to Jim, because he was fantastic. He really was.
Got him right there too when you said, "Hey, good job." That was him.
That's what he did, right, Ron? That's what he always did. And it was really great. And I was so happy to have gotten to know him working on Melissa and Joey. And I also met Ron on Melissa and Joey, which was a great experience for me. And again, look at this, a dear friend too to this day. Dear friend of this day, still, and we've had a great time. We did Harrison together. We're talking about that tonight too, because we're talking about Dexter tonight as well. So we're talking about that as well. But it's really sad. Yeah, director of photography. Yeah, DP. Thank you, Queen. But it's we've been doing it for a long, long time, and I think that the Harrison thing, I can't wait to talk about that shit, because the Dexter thing, I should say, I'm not really sure about that, Ron. I'm not. We'll talk about it though. We'll also ask Thirsty Daddy what he thinks too. Welcome back, Thirsty Daddy. GR Waters, how you doing, GR?
I'm doing great, bud.
Are you thirsty? Or you been drinking already?
Friday finally, instead of a Saturday.
It is. It's not a Friday anymore. If you're working on a set, that's what we would call it. Would be a Friday. We are on a Saturday actually, or Friday actually. Oh my God, these days. How you doing, GR? You have a good week?
Yeah, I can't. Well, yeah.
Daddy is in the house.
Thank you,
I know. Pepe's happy to see you. Of course, Pepe's here, buddy.
Building. He's in the house. What?
Yeah, I know, Pepstar. Good to see you, man. Happy you're here with us. We're having a good time. It's it's guys' night tonight. It's just the four amigos here tonight, hanging out, having a good time, kicking ass. Just hey, with the boys. Unfortunately, Jordan's kid is not, Jensen, shout out to Jensen, is not feeling well, so Jordan's not here tonight. But happy to have you all back here on Kruse Control. It's so good to see you. It really is good to see you all in the chat. So I appreciate you, love you. Happy Friday! We're going to have a great time tonight. And
we got to welcome Jack Burton to the show.
Because it's Friday. Who's in the chat here? Jack Burton? Let's see. Oh, yeah, a new person? Oh, yes. Hey, what's up? Can you help me out with that too, Ron? Where is Jack Burton? Jack Burton. Good to see you, Jack. How you been, man? Welcome to Kruse Control. I appreciate you. That's cool. So cool. It was exactly sudden. That's Ron. I appreciate you. Welcome to Kruse Control. We have a great time. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, GR, for being here. I appreciate you both. If it's your first time here, though, guys, you know what's going on. I should say, if it's not your first time, you know what's going on. If it is your first time, this is that time. There's a lot going on in the business. Doesn't matter what day it is. It could be a Monday, a Wednesday, a Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday. It doesn't matter what day it is. There's always one thing going on in the business, everybody, and that is, like to say, it is a lot of what's it called, GR?
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Come on. All right. Very first thing I want to talk about tonight is Pixar, because Pixar is laying people off, unfortunately. It's really sad because I know Pixar's been doing so many big things, and animators, you need a lot of animators all the time, but 175 people have been laid off at Pixar. Now that's roughly about when you look at their whole population of their staff right now, it's a lot of people because they have 1,300 people, 175 off, and they're not cutting executives. So people are giving them a shit about that. But I think that, people are rolling back more and more and cutting more jobs ever since the strike happened. So maybe that's part of it. Maybe that ramification has been seen right now because of this. We'll have to wait and see. But it's unfortunate because we do need more great Pixar movies. Yeah. I also want to see more Furiosa movies, some more George Miller movies. And I'm not sure if it's going to happen after this opening box office. I'm just saying, because right now they had pre-sales about $3 million for the Thursday pre-sales. Not that much really for something. That was Deadpool, not this. This is $3 million. This is $3 million, GR, $3 million. And at 3.5, and especially at $165 million budget, and they're looking to be like $80 million worldwide, globally, the opening weekend. That's not that great for something this big. When you're looking at that budget right there, it's 168. That's just production. That's not even marketing and advertising on top of that. So hopefully they do better than that. We'll have to wait and see, because like GR said, Deadpool and Wolverine have already made $8 million their opening night. Well, not even opening night. Their pre-sale tickets, which is huge for a rated R movie. $8 million pre-sale. That's very freaking early on. This come out in July. Hopefully it does. It might break $1 billion. I don't know. I'm so excited to see Deadpool and Wolverine. But that right there is leading to be a bigger box office smash than, of course, Furiosa does. I want to see more Furiosa, more George Miller, Mad Max movies. We'll have to wait and see. But somebody else that's kicking some ass and laying a smackdown is The Rock over there playing Mark Kerr for A24 feature film moving forward. And I saw this picture and I was like, oh, he kind of looks like old school Rock a little bit, like the Brahma Bull, like the curly, like the Jerry curl type thing on top again. They gave him that nice little wig on top. But he's coming in to play this role for A24, and Emily Blunt's playing his wife in it too. This is a time MMA where they were really freaking gory and into it, and then The Rock's fucking great for this role. He really is. He's fucking, look at him, looks fucking awesome in this. So I hope that he does a good job, and I love A24 stuff. I hope that this movie does great. I can't wait to see it, even though again they did get that deal during the strike that they probably shouldn't have gotten to keep shooting, which because HBO is benefiting off that. But that's a whole side story. But HBO is also benefiting off Harry Potter, and Harry Potter is moving forward for a 2026 release over there on Max for the reboot series. And Daniel Radcliffe was doing an interview recently. Of course, they're asking him, are you coming back? Are you coming back to be Harry Potter? Are you going to see the new Max series and be part of that? And he's like, well, guys, I'm excited just as you are to be an audience watching it. And he said his send-off was enough for him, and maybe he just leaves it at that. He's not expecting to actually be a part of this, which he probably shouldn't be. If you're going to do it right, you do that a whole spin-off prequel, or that after series, which is called The Cursed Child, and you have him be the father of his child, and you do that series maybe, or a movie. That's how you bring him back. You don't bring him back in a reboot of Harry Potter where you make him somebody else, like make him Snape or something like that. Don't do that. Leave it be. If you're doing this reboot series, of course, we're doing like 7 or 8 seasons. Every season is based off a book. Just do it that way. Leave him out of that and bring him back for another movie. Because that's the way you gotta do it. But also, I'm so excited about this. That Hot Ones is doing so well because I love Hot Ones. But they're actually going to be joining the Emmy nominations with Jimmy Kimmel, with Seth Meyers, with Stephen Colbert for the category is Outstanding Talk Series. And right now they've been a YouTube show for a long time. It's been just rising up 23, 24 seasons. It's insane. And it's about time they're being recognized this way. They're a great show. It's so much fun. Right now, talking about Furiosa, you got Chris Hemsworth in there right now as well. He's just he's doing he just did it, I think, on Thursday, a new one. So I hope that's gonna be great. I haven't had a chance to check it out. The one with Conan O'Brien was fucking awesome though. So I hope it's great. And honestly, good for these guys doing a YouTube series like this and kicking ass and getting an Emmy nom. Great for them. They deserve it. You know what? Somebody else that might have to end up on Hot Ones and just tell everybody his deepest, darkest secrets is P. Diddy. Because P. Diddy, he has the story, does he, everybody? Fuck P. Diddy. I just gotta say that. Everything, there are allegations, of course, but another girl came forward, and this is gonna keep happening. More and more women are coming forward, but this newest one came forward. April Lampros came forward and said back, she was offered a mentorship from him, and when she was doing fashion, and he was like all about her, took her out, they did drinks. He ended up getting her drunk, apparently, took her back to this hotel room, the Millennium Hotel in Soho in New York City, and then she said that she tried to stop him, he didn't stop. It's all blurry. She has no idea, and she woke up nude, sore, and confused. And now she's going after him, suing him as well. And of course, the Cassie Ventura thing happened, and more women are coming forward. And Diddy is definitely Diddy done, I would say. And hopefully, if this all happened, these allegations are true, these women get a little bit of satisfaction, a little bit of vindication for all the shit that fucking happened to them. Here, Pod teaches kids about using magic wands. Very useful information to be able to use in the future. It's very true. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for that fun fact. But fuck Diddy, he's done. But also someone else that's done is India de Buffont is leaving Night Court, which is one of these things too. We already lost the cast from Night Court, another main character leaving, and she's not saying anything why it happened, how it happened, what went down. But to me, honestly, this has to be something weird. She had to have said something, done something. She's been for 2 seasons, or she got cast in something else. But how do you leave a show like a hit sitcom like this? Like, that's going to go for a long time. Like, Ron, when a sitcom goes this long, you don't just freaking leave it, do you? Like, you just don't walk away. Cast member wouldn't leave after a successful show like this is going like this, would they?
Absolutely not. So something must have really gone down.
It's got to be drama. It has to be drama, right?
It has to be. Yeah, it has to be.
And she's like thanking them. Oh, it's been a great 2 years. But I just, the other guy left away. And I feel like something happened with him too. You can't just be like, you're on a big hit network show like this. You don't just walk away. You just don't do it.
No, you don't. Mm-mm.
But it's happened before, Look at MASH.
It's happened.
That show
But is it because of behind stage drama? Probably. That's what I'm going to say. Not just
season 2. You're just getting going. The money's just going to start really coming in and stuff. It's strange.
The money's not going to stop. Hey, look at Quad's back here. Haven't really been following the thing involving Diddy. Oh, you haven't, Quad? Well, welcome back again. I know you're very, what's the word for it? You're very centered and together and calm. But the Diddy thing is Diddy done. He's been, there've been a lot of allegations before. There's a video came out last Friday we talked about where he was like beating up his ex-girlfriend or his girlfriend at the time, literally on camera. So crazy shit. So unfortunately, Diddy is probably done. But somebody that might not be done is Johnny Depp, everybody, because Bruckheimer came forward and said that he's been talking to Johnny Depp about the Pirates movies. And that he said he loves Johnny Depp. He'd love to have him back. Why not come back? And he said Johnny and him are discussing. We'll have to see what happens moving forward. And come on, guys. Johnny Depp is Pirates. Pirates is nothing without him. Even doing like the Margot Robbie version, what they are moving forward for with a female cast of Margot Robbie leading the pack. Make her his daughter. Just do it that way. Or maybe his ex-wife, Pirate Booty. I don't know. And then he comes back in. Make it work. Just make it work and make it great, because you're going to reboot Pirates or bring it back somehow. Just make it good. I mean, maybe we shouldn't be doing this anymore. Look at Jurassic World. We're coming back for more Jurassic Park movies. Are those going to be good? Who knows? We're rebooting it again. We're rebooting it for the second time in a lot of ways. But now we have new casting news coming forward. And we have Rupert Friend coming in. Well, I love him. If you watched him in Homeland, he was great so fucking good in that show. He was so good, Quinn. I think about his Quinn all the time, and I was so sad when he actually died in there. Spoiler alert. Sorry about that. If you haven't watched Homeland, I loved Homeland. No more pirates, Queen says. I know, Queen. No more pirates. They're going to keep doing them. But Quinn's coming in. But then Glenn Powell, who's been very hot right now since Maverick, Top Gun Maverick. And then he's, again, in Twisters. Not Twister, but Twisters. He was also saying that he was offered a role over there on this new Jurassic World. And he loves him so much. And then he said he turned it down, though, because he didn't think his part would have mattered that much. He said it wouldn't have been substantial enough for being impacting the plot, which to me, it sounds like you didn't like your part. It wasn't big enough for you. That's probably didn't do it. That's what I think. And I love Jurassic Park movies. I always want to be part of them. I always want to be in this world, but you turn it down. So that seems to be like you're kind of like, it's like you think that maybe your pants are, what's the phrase? Your pants are bigger than your eyes. That's not a phrase.
No.
That's not a phrase.
Bigger than your stomach.
No.
It's something. It doesn't work for this situation, I don't think. Much your bridges, right? I don't know. But I just think that Rupert Friend coming in is great. Everybody's talking about the Pirates movies. Yeah, the Pirates movies. They're doing more, and Johnny Depp. They're doing a spin-off that's not with Margot Robbie, a whole new reboot. They're also doing a Margot Robbie one where she's like a female Jack Sparrow. And then they're doing this Jurassic World, which is a whole new reboot, another original cast. So, and of course, on top of this, too, we got Scarlett Johansson a part of this, which is she's like the main lead in this as well. So will this be good? I don't know. The director is coming in. He's a fucking great director, too. So will this be good? I just don't know, because the Jurassic World movies, I think we've done too much of this. I think we have. But we'll see. We'll see what happens moving forward, because they're going to keep making them. And they're also making more Naked Gun movies. And Cody Rhodes, this is for Jordan, but Jordan's not here tonight. Cody Rhodes has been signed on, along with Busta Rhymes as a part of this. I bet a pirate yourself. Good Jack Bird. Arr, enjoy that pirateness. But a bunch more casting news, of course. This is just a cameo thing for WWE superstar. Jordan was here like, I want to watch some WWE. I'm making fun of Jordan. I'm sorry. That's an impression. I'll drink.
Drink now, Brian.
But Cody Rhodes is great. We'll see how he does. It's a glorified cameo. Busta Rhymes is great. But on top of that, you already have Liam Neeson in this. I think he's going to be fucking awesome playing the part. And Pamela Anderson, we talked about multiple times. But great cast, more reboots, remakes, and redos, and a lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news, and I appreciate you so much. And that's not bad for today. That's not bad for hot takes. I'm really happy that we're gonna freaking knock this out. Peppy is gonna probably not do hot takes today, I don't think. Peppy probably not gonna do hot takes today, right? I mean, I could ask you, would you do hot takes? He's not gonna do hot takes. All right, Peppy.
And salutations.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Peppy's not gonna do it. But Peppy, he feeling good though?
I'm slick like Rick, you know.
Yeah, you are, buddy. Yeah, you are. Thank you all for being here on Kruse Control. Again, if it's your first time, we had the breaking news go down, which is always fun. But my guests here have to have a moment to talk about everything, too, because it can't just be about me on the show. It's not. It is called Kruse Control, but there's a lot more going on. So this is that time where we give all my guests 1 minute on the clock to tell me what to say. Is there hot takes? Let's get it. All right. Now it's time for those hot takes. This is the time to give everybody 1 minute on the clock. Give me their hot takes for all latest breaking news. And this is, of course, the time where they have that minute. If they don't get all those breaking news at 11 topics, the bomb blows up, their time is up, and that's it. They're done. And then they have to drink because it's Friday. Why? Musical? That'd be great. Dancing. Singing dinosaurs, a T-Rex maybe. I'm already drinking tonight. Maybe you have some Velociraptor with a machine gun. I don't know. I was saying that before. Maybe we have Velociraptors with guns. Quiet. I don't know. Maybe that's what Jurassic World will be. That was a whole rumor for a long time back in the day. We'll have to see what happens when they actually do this. But Glenn Powell says the script's fucking fantastic, but he doesn't want to be a part of it. So yeah, that sounds like a little bit of shenanigans. But outside for those hot takes. For me, I'm really excited to see how the hot takes go down today. All right. We don't have the biggest crew tonight, so this is almost like 50-50 one-on-one tonight. Who can win hot takes? This is putting the gauntlet down.
That's great.
Singing dinosaurs would be great, I think. Singing dinosaurs. All right.
Give a T-Rex a machine gun, yeah?
Yeah, give him a machine gun and let him kick some ass. Well, GR, since you're throwing some hot takes at that, you're already warmed up, so I'm gonna make you go first for your hot takes. You're ready, right? Ready for some hot takes, GR?
I'm ready.
All right, Thirsty Daddy, get ready to put that 1 minute on the clock for you. Here we go, everybody. Get ready. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Pixar, is it truly an aim for better quality over quantity? No, you didn't cut any execs. Furiosa, 85 million? Not a chance, I don't think. Deadpool, Wolverine, portends for a huge film. $1 billion easy. Dwayne, really great makeup because I didn't recognize you at all, buddy. Daniel Radcliffe, he's not going to make an appearance in this series at all. Hot Ones, Emmy nom deserved it. I've seen it. It's funny as hell. P. Diddy, I was going to give him his day in court. Fuck that. His dirt's so deep, he's already drowning in it. Night Court, like we said, something's going on there. Jurassic Park, another reboot. Oh well. Naked Gun, there's more cameos than there is action in this thing. We didn't talk about Monsters reboot, another monster movie.
How about The Rock? How about The Rock?
I thought you were The Rock. I said I didn't recognize him. The makeup was too good.
What about Johnny Depp? Johnny Depp.
He'll be there. You know that.
I don't know. What do you think, Ron? What do you think?
I don't know. We just skipped right over 9.
Oh, let me give him this.
Hold up the heading of Dilligaff.
It's okay. It's okay. We got really close.
Super close.
Close counts in hand grenades and atomic bombs.
All right, everybody. I don't know.
My potential win is by default.
Hey, I gave it to you, Ron, because I care.
I love it. I love it.
All right, Ron. Are you ready for your hot takes?
I'm ready.
All right. I believe in you, Ron. GR did a great job. Oh, wait, GR. Great job overall, GR. Great job. Before I give Ron, round of applause for GR. Round of applause.
Thank you.
But now it's Ron's time. All right, Ron. Here we go.
Let's go.
Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Massive layoffs at Pixar. It's a sign of the times. Furiosa opening weekend projections. Not good. Deadpool and Wolverine. That sounds fantastic. I think it'll be very exciting. Dwayne Johnson. Interesting. Okay. Why not? He is loved. Daniel Radcliffe. Why would he bother? This man is set for life. And no, why would he bother? Don't know what it is, but that's great. Anybody that's up for an Emmy. Pity, just give up. I love the way that that you put it down as pity, but I don't have any pity for him. Night Court loses a cast member. Something is going on there. Something is not right. Johnny Depp come back to Pirates. Something is going on there. Something is not right. Jurassic World casting. That thing is never going to end. Naked Gun casting. When are we going to hear something about it? And Monsters. I loved Monsters. It was always a go-to when nothing else was on.
Which we will talk about Monsters a little bit more. Run! Got it, everybody! Give them the stage lights! Give them everything! What's going on here? Something's happening. No? Nothing's happening? Oh, this happened before.
Poll tonight.
Oh, this is what's happening. This is what's going on. No, that's not working. What happened? I'm sorry, Ron. Something's not working right. Let's try it now. Nope, it's not working. It's not working. I'm sorry, Ron. I'm sorry, Ron. I'm going to still give you a round of applause, though.
You don't applaud yourself.
Because something weird happened. I don't know what's going on. Like, why it wouldn't work. I don't know why. But great hot takes, Ron. It's like, it's funny because Ron's like, I just, it's like by default, I get no fireworks. I get no special effects. I get nothing.
Yeah. Just crosses through.
Cross it all off, That's so weird. I don't know why it's not working. Maybe there's something turned off somewhere. I don't know. It's been a weird thing today. I feel like the system is haunted tonight. But great hot takes, everybody. One more time. Great hot takes. Appreciate you both.
From Wednesday, Brian.
Ron seems like a swell guy. Thank you, Jack Burton. He's a swell guy. Yeah. What were you saying, GR?
I said the hauntings left over from Wednesday night when my mic wouldn't work.
Yeah, your mic wasn't working. I mean, there's something weird because you pushed the button. It's supposed to work, but great hot takes, everybody. Right now, I'm putting a chat out there. Pepe's not gonna do hot takes. Should I do hot takes today because there's only two of you?
Yeah, why don't you do it? I was thinking about that.
Should I? I mean, I don't know. I wasn't prepared, so I mean, should I do it though?
I think you should.
Well, let him see. Let Ron get all the votes.
Well, but Ron, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's 50-50 is kind of fun too, but I can do it.
I think you should do it. 50-50 is not that fun.
Okay. All right. I've never done this, guys, so here we go.
Good. See, that'll be even better.
All right, Brian, are you ready for your hot takes? I guess so. Hold on a second. Give me a second. Okay. All right. 1 second. Brian, are you ready for your? Okay. All right. I got this. Okay.
3,
All right.
2.
Hey, give me a second. I'm not ready for this. 1 second. Okay. All right. In 3. Okay. 2, 1. Hot takes. Fuck you, Pixar. Don't fire your fucking people. Like, you hire more people. What the hell's going on there? You gotta hire more people, not fire. That's bullshit to me. But you know what? That's what happens after a fucking strike. Furiosa, I love fucking Furiosa. I can't wait for this shit. I think it's gonna be fucking awesome. And I think if people don't go to see it, go fuck yourself. Because honestly, at the end of the day, like, this is gonna be great. It's a big epic George Miller thing. That Wolverine, July can't come fucking soon enough. Can't wait for fucking Wolverine fucking chopping some bitches up. Dwayne Johnson, you smell it? I love that fucking Jericho. Bring that fucking shit back. It's awesome. I love it so much. You look at the fucking Rocky Johnson me one more time. I love that shit. Harry Potter, you can't come back. Don't come back. Just fucking let it be. You know, fucking Brandon, let's let Morrison go in. And Hot Ones, I fucking love Hot Ones. I'm being Hot Ones. Bring Kruse Control on fucking Hot Ones. I'll eat that shit. I'll drink that fucking sauce. It'll be awesome. P. Diddy, go fuck yourself. As always, you fucking have been hurting bitches for a long time. I believe that. And I don't believe a fucking word you say when you don't because you fucking lied for a long time. And I saw fucking video. Go fuck yourself. Night Court, you got fucking fired. And you won't say it anyways. Johnny Depp, I fucking love you so much. Come back. Trust the road. We don't need any more of this. And Naked Gun, oh, I want to see it so bad. You got Leslie Nielsen. And I want to see Monsters. Oh, yeah. Let's make that shit happen. Anyways, I have no thing for me, so hot takes, everybody. Hot takes. That's all I got. That
was good.
I don't have anything else for anything. So I'm putting the poll out there. I beat the bomb. I guess I beat the bomb, but I'm going to put a poll out there, I guess. Hold on, let me add myself to this, too. 3 hot takes, everybody. Great hot takes across the board.
Lost.
I love you, lost. All right. Let's start that poll. Who won hot takes today?
Ron, if he wins, we know the fix is in.
Absolutely.
No. I mean, I gotta say though, overall, the Jurassic World thing, Ron. Actually, I'm gonna go GR on this. I'm gonna go to Ron for something else. GR, the Jurassic World thing. Glenn Powell, like the fact that he actually like says this, does it mean that he just didn't? Do you think his part was too small? I think that's what it was.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
Right.
let's face it, when you get to be more than just an also-ran like me, their ego comes into play. And if it isn't big enough, I can't do that.
Yeah, and he's been blowing up. He's been blowing up, so that might be something that just kind of happened to him. He's like, oh, well, he got it from his agent or something like that. And the agent's like, oh, you know, it's Jurassic World. You want to do this for a long time. But I just want to say, like, there's offering you like a second tier thing. And maybe he was like, that's not good enough for me, which could happen big time. Or his agent came to him and was like, so they're offering this, but you shouldn't take it. And so then he didn't listen to his agent and they didn't take it, you know? Right? That could happen, right, Ron?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that could happen. But I also want to talk about the Night Court thing fast to you too, Ron, as we're pulling out there, because a little bit further in depth, like you worked on sitcoms again a lot for a long time, and something as big as Night Court right now, the numbers they had coming out the gate, and the fact they get signed up for multiple seasons. You don't just leave a show like this. Like this is like one of those worlds where it's like when you're in a sitcom world. It's we talked about this before. It's like a family. It's fun. You have the 9 to 5 without having the long ass hours for an actor like her, like coming into this. Like, why would you leave something like this? Like, even if you had another job, like an offer for a feature or something like this, you wouldn't leave this job, would you, Ron? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, did we lose Ron? Ron, you there?
No, something's going on.
There he is. Yeah, there he is. You wouldn't leave a job like this, would you, Ron?
Oh God, no! Season 2 to 3. This is when you see all the Hondas getting traded out for Lambos. This is where it's in. You know, they don't spend it after season 1 because you're never quite sure. Once you're in season 2, you're like, let's go buy a new one. And to leave at that point with I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with who she is, so I think she's a relatively new person, maybe.
Well, she's been on both seasons, plays district attorney on the whole thing.
Okay.
Olivia Moore, yeah.
But yeah, there's something behind the scenes that's going on.
Yeah, I think that's happening in general for this show because they already fired another one of their main people or they're gone. They didn't fire them. They said he left. I'm saying he was probably fired because he left after season. He started season 2, then he was like gone. He was supposed to be like a love interest for the actual judge, was like the main person. I mean, he walked off the set. Probably walked off the set. Is that what you heard, GR?
Yeah. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was drinking.
Thirsty daddy doesnfriend.
No, of course not. Never. But that's what I've read and heard about from a friend. He said they were in the middle of a shoot one day, and the guy got up and said "fuck it" and walked off the set.
Yeah, well, you keep
going on in his life.
But how do you? I mean, yeah, there must be something happening because he.
Just the record, Think about back in the days of my youth. McLean Stevenson left MASH after season 3, just up and left because he got a starring role in another show. So it does happen. As Ron said, not very bloody often.
Right.
Because he wants to trade in the Honda to get that Lambo or whatever.
Big money. That big fucking money.
Yeah.
Have you calm down? I worked on a show called Secret Life of the American Teenager for multiple years. I remember like one of the main characters had like 2 Porsches. He like bought a second Porsche. It was like season 4. And I remember talking to the director at the time, Anson Williams, who was Patsy on Happy Days. And he was like, he was awesome. He directed most of it. He's like smoking a cigarette. He's like, these fucking kids. He's like, they have no idea. They're on a show like this and think they have all the money in the world. And then we got canceled after that season. He just bought a new Porsche. And it's like, you gotta be careful about that. You just have no idea. But then again, that wasn't a network show. It was like ABC Family. This is like big network show reboot that was successful already. You don't leave something like that. You just don't do it. There's something happening. There's just something happening. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Anyways.
When people get rich suddenly, they don't know how to handle it.
Look at the lottery winners. All of them.
Oh, yeah. All of a sudden their money's gone. Like, how do you lose that money? Give me that money. I'll take that money. That's all I said. I'll take that.
There was a study last year that 95% of all lottery winners are broke within 3 years.
Yeah. Oh, it's 3 years? Wow, that's really short.
Like, how is that a thing? Like, how does that even become a thing? I mean, I guess they weren't used to having money, so they just blow the money just like it's like.
That's what it is. That's what all these things should. They're buying things that are not making them any money. They're buying cars, and so few of them are going into investments and stuff. So that's kind of what's happening. And there's a lot of generosity that happens with family. They're like, hey, can I have this? Can I have that? And they do it.
Wow. Yeah.
That's called SOS where I come from.
Right.
Yeah, Jack Burton. Still watch that MASH. Anyways, we do have a winner for Hot Takes, everybody. Thank you for voting on Hot Takes. Appreciate you so much. We do have a winner. All right, I'm going to queue up everything right now because I'm not used to doing... Okay. So, the winner of Hot Takes is... this is weird. All right, so... Brian wins Hot Takes.
Woo! See you guys.
I'm sorry, guys. I guess Hot Takes. I don't think it's actually working any of this stuff, though, for me anyway. So, I'm going to give myself a round of applause, I guess.
Yeah, you have to.
That worked. That worked. Oh, the fireworks worked. I don't know. Okay, you can't do it all and do it all.
Own it, Brian. Own it.
Thank you for voting. Appreciate you so much. And I appreciate you for being here, everybody. Appreciate you. Happy Friday. People go through some emotions.
Did I call that or what?
What?
I said, did I call that or what?
Yeah, you did. We know what's going on, Brian. We know what's going on.
I call that the Sabrina effect.
Hey, I didn't say I was going to do it. I mean, what? Anyways, there's more happening, everybody. There's a bunch more happening than the Hot Takes.
This is awkward. I'm like, oh, he won.
This is awkward. There's more happening. And a new trailer came out for Beetlejuice. So we talk about Beetlejuice. So the new trailer came out for Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Just Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice, just twice, everybody, just twice. So Beetlejuice is coming out, and I can't wait to see this movie because, I mean, Michael Keaton coming back, Tim Burton, I mean, Winona Ryder, like having the cast back, it's going to be freaking great. And I'm super excited about this. The trailer came out, and we need to watch it, we need to talk about it, and see what we think about Beetlejuice. So here's the trailer. If you haven't checked it out, here we are. Let's watch it and react together.
Here's a preview. Be warned, it's intense.
Can't believe Grandpa's dead.
Death is hard.
Yeah,
It is hard, you
sometimes
guys.
It's just harder.
When I was a teenager, a trickster demon terrorized our entire family and tried to force me to marry him. I believed he was gone forever until you found this.
I love
in
that.
the
That's
attic.
cool.
Ew. Who's Beetlejuice?
Don't ever say that name.
Oh,
No, Astrid, I am serious. If you say his name 3 times, he will appear.
oh, why would you do that?
Beetlejuice.
The juice is loose.
I'm gonna make you so happy.
The living, the dead, can they coexist? That's what we're here
They're using the
to find
music.
out.
Danny Elfman.
Yeah.
Where is Beetlejuice?
Feel free to express yourselves. Don't be afraid.
You're a figment of my imagination.
Really? Is this a figment of your imagination?
I think it looks pretty good. I'm just saying. It feels like it captures like that 80s vibe too, along with the feeling of the first one, right, Ron? I feel like they're definitely honing into that world. Tim Burton, of course, is Tim Burton. And Michael Keaton, you put the makeup on, you put the hair on, you put everything on, it looks pretty much the same, you know? I love they do the whole thing with Jenna Ortega being definitely like the young daughter type vibe. Like, oh, you're gonna say I shouldn't say this, so I'm just gonna say it anyway. So, Mom, I'm a Beetlejuice, you know. And then he'll pop up behind her, and then all of a sudden, the shenanigans ensue. So, it looks good, Ron. Don't you think? I honestly, I know you're excited about this, as I have been too. We heard it's more of the same. We heard from Jack Burton, which of course it is more of the same. Different way see on cable. Oh, Queen doesn't want to see it till cable. I'm going to theaters for this.
I am
What do you
too.
think, Ron?
Oh, I'm definitely going to theater for this. You know what's funny though? I found with this trailer, and you kind of just touched on it. Yes, it's got an 80s vibe to it. It also, I'm wondering if it's going to exclude any new audience because it seems to be very inside. Like if you know, you know, and if you don't,
That's a good point.
And I wonder if that's going to alienate some viewers.
I can see it doing that. Actually, you see it. I even think about that because if you do look at it, like the stuff that's there, it is a lot of stuff that it's like member berries. If you look at South Park, you know, member berries, like this part right here, like with the shrunken head, you know, and it looks it looks great. It's definitely Tim Burton, looks great, looks like the original. But like if you don't know the original, which came out what?
My ex-wife.
Well, she's looking good, GR. She's
Good
looking
there.
good. You know, I don't know why you left her. But you're right. I think about that, Ron. Like it's very much in line with that it could be something where people, if you don't know it and you didn't watch it before, like why, is there anything that brings a new audience in?
I don't know. I love Winona's voice too. Just hearing that, I'm just like, oh my God, it's Winona. You know, I love that.
Yeah. And she has done great on Stranger Things. You know, she's really brought a new force to be reckoned with on that show. It's like a resurgence for her career.
Absolutely.
And Jenna Ortega, of course, has been
And
everywhere.
new audience would know Jenna, of course, but they wouldn't know like also the mom. I'm forgetting her name right now, and she's gone on to do 9 million things.
Yeah.
You know,
I was going to call her Mora from
yeah, right, Moira.
from
But it's like they don't. A new audience wouldn't necessarily know who these people are. It's just I don't know. I'm confused for it for a bit, but I'm definitely going to see it. Absolutely, and I'll probably go with friends of mine from the '80s.
We should go, Ron. I'll go with you too.
Do it.
I'm not your friend from the 80s, but I'm from the 80s too myself. Kruse Control was born in the 80s in a lot of ways.
There you go.
I was trying to get my brother to come on the show tonight. I was like, let's get another Kruse on here. Maybe next time, maybe next week. I'm trying.
Cool.
But he can't have control because it is Kruse Control. So would he technically have control too? That's the question, though, right?
It is the question.
I don't think so. But you're right, Ron. I didn't think about the whole idea of like the member berries, the nostalgia bait, all of that, because it is very much the first one was kind of that too. The juice is loose, he says, and that's it in the first trailer. We get that again now. But Michael Keaton looks great. If you love that movie, which wasn't a big box office smash at the time, but did become that.
Yeah.
But can that draw new audience? Thirsty Daddy, what do you think?
I think it can. It's going to draw me in.
Did you watch the first one in theaters, though? Did you love it?
No, I didn't. I couldn't have cared less about it.
But, we had this conversation last time. That's right. You didn't care at all about it. You're like, fuck this movie.
But this one I want to see. I see the humor. It's throwback, but it's not throwback. It's the same thing.
Is it Michael Keaton or is it the whole cast or what is it?
Mainly Keaton. I love his work.
Oh, he's been killing it recently too. I just think he's just like everything he's been doing has really just like, he's been coming. It's like a resurgence again. Well, we're talking about resurgences, we're talking about resurgence, and like this is a resurgence as well. Like Ron, right? Ron, this is a resurgence for Michael Keaton, isn't it?
I keep getting cut off, or you guys keep going black screen for me, and I'm hearing like 20% of the show. So I don't know what you were just talking about.
That's weird. I just lost you for a second. I don't know what's happening.
I didn't watch the first one, but I want to see this one. So I'm one of those new people.
Okay. Oh, good.
I was saying, Ron, that's weird that it's happening. I was saying that resurgence, from a resurgence. So Winona Ryder, resurgence, but really Michael Keaton's had a huge resurgence recently. Oh, yeah. He came back as Batman, he's back as Beetlejuice. Is this just like, is that resurgence going to bring people back to this theaters to see him again as Beetlejuice?
I don't know. I just felt it was so almost Inside Club-like. And, people don't like the Inside Club because they're on the outside. I felt that it was really exclusive. I mean, I don't know. I'm confused right now. This is really strange.
That's a good topic of discussion, though.
What's that, GR?
I think it can go either way.
It could.
Because there are people like me that I know who Michael is, obviously, but I didn't know the movie. I didn't enjoy it. My son did, but he's Brian's age, so
I'm just thinking of like the younger audience now. Would they, I'm going to ask Torbett. I mean, I know that's really young, but I'm going to ask him.
Yeah, see what he says. Yeah. Jack Burton says, does Hollywood love to lose money nowadays? Which,
yes.
Yes.
That's 100% yes. Well, they think like what's safe, what we can do. They've been trying to make this movie for a long time. They want to do like Beetlejuice Goes to Hawaii was the initial take for this, and that was like back in the 90s, I think mid 90s, and so like they didn't do that. Of course, this one, the idea for this script is Beetlejuice has an ex-wife who's hunting him down, and so he ends up coming back and he uses Lydia and her daughter to try to save him from his ex-wife. That's the idea of this plot. So, you're right. GR knows, right? GR's like, yeah, get the fuck away from that ex-wife. She's nasty. Which could be an ex-husband as well. Could be an ex-husband or an ex-wife, an ex-person, an ex, significant other. Sometimes they can be bad. Sometimes they can be great. You know, maybe sometimes that negative, maybe that bad one becomes good again. Who knows? But that's the telltale signs are for this movie. But I want to see it. I love the initial one. We have no Alec Baldwin. He's, of course, too busy in court. And, that's the whole thing for him.
He hasn't got a shot at coming in on this one.
No, hell no. Oh, shit. Oh, God.
Whoa.
I'm giving that a round of applause right now. I'm giving that a round of applause for that one, GR. Thirsty Dad. That's a good one.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
That was good.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
But I do think this looks, I mean, as nostalgia bait, it's great. But I honestly, Ron, I don't know if it's going to make the money they want it to make. You said that, and as soon as I said that, I go, how do you make a trailer that's so nostalgia bait? The next one has to be different, doesn't it?
Has to. Yes, because the first one was also the same nostalgia, not as tough as this one. But I'm wondering, then you just say about the money. What if it doesn't make the upfront box money, but it becomes another cult? You know,
we can't wait like 30 more years again for Michael Keaton to come back and do this again. We can't do that anymore. We can't wait for the actual money to become a whole thing. You know, when it comes to logistics, it comes to actual like budgeting, it doesn't work. You know, you have to have like now, especially the world we live in now. It's like now. And I think that if that doesn't happen, doesn't sell, we're never going to see this again. Do we want to see another one though? Like,
right.
You know, after this yard, this movie is great. Think we get a third one?
Oh, if it does well, we'll get a third one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could see it, but I also think that on
they're
top
making the 27th Jurassic Park. Why wouldn't they make a third movie?
27 is happening. That's right. Those Velociraptors will be tap dancing, as we said before, shooting Uzis and kissing the babies. You know, that'll be Jurassic World 25 and a half. But you know, this is happening. I like the trailer, but Ron makes some good movements towards like what can actually movements. Some good movement. Some good. I'm gonna drink again.
Velociraptors how to tap right now.
It's been a long week, guys. So again, it's Drunk Friday, and I think I am the person thoroughly drinking tonight, and I might say some things that are a little off because I've had a few drinks. And wasted nights. Drink, GR, drink.
But you won, Brian. You won, so that's all that matters.
I didn't want to do hot takes, but I did hot takes. So I haven't honestly.
The fix was in, Ron.
between the four of us here, Pepstar included, I have no idea what I said. So that's what it is.
There's a lot of F words involved.
A lot. I've had a few drinks. That's why I've had a few drinks. Peppy, I do think that you do a great job, though.
Thanks.
Yes.
Yep.
There were so many F words. I thought Sabrina had broken into the room.
I know. Probably.
She's gonna kill me when she sees this.
She's not. She don't rewatch this shit. She's not gonna rewatch this. But that's just off the cuff. Yeah, we love Sabrina here, but you know, that's a whole different story. But overall, I think this will be great, and I think it will kick ass. I hope for fans of it. But I think in general, like Ron says, will it be a box office smash? I'm not really sure about it. But we'll have to wait and see. Trailer looks great for me. I'm a fan. But I'm also not a fan of AI all the time. Sometimes I love it. Sometimes I hate it. Of course, it does some great things, and it does also take away jobs. And that's what Scarlett Johansson says. So I'm taking AI after all this shit we've talked about, and I'm taking it to Kruse Court. So let's take you to court, AI. So I want to talk about AI, well, OpenAI in general, because this story is crazy. If you heard this story recently, Scarlett Johansson came forward and said that she was approached by the actual operators of OpenAI, and they asked if they could use her voice for a representation of humanizing AI, because she did that movie Her, which I love that movie, but it's also creepy. You go to the person that did Her, that's a sex bot for guys that are lonely and by themselves, but whatever, that's a side story. And they said, you could humanize AI and make it great. And then she said, that's kind of weird and awkward. I don't want to do that. And they said, okay, cool. And they did it anyways. So they made Sky. Not Scarlett Johansson. Sky came forward, OpenAI, and Sky became a big deal. Then her friends heard about it, and they sent it to her, and she's like, that is fucking me. And when that happened, she went after OpenAI, and then she shut it down. That's what we're talking about now, Tim Burton, or Jack Burton. And so she shut that shit down, but they said now that they're trying to still make it happen. They're actually stopping the Sky app or the Sky performance from going down, and they want to release it again eventually. But Scarlett Johansson is not happy about this. I get it. You say no. She's suing them for the whole thing, and she's trying to stop this from happening moving forward. Also, there's more people moving forward. There's a class action lawsuit against AI voiceover company Logo happening at the same time right now because they actually hired a couple actors. These actors they started a whole class action lawsuit because they did a couple of recordings. They're supposed to be paid all this money. They get paid it, and they scan their voices. They're using it for all these jobs. Now those jobs, they're competing for those jobs, competing against their own voiceover AI. And it's like, how is that fair? But that's the world we're living right now. Now, will that be something that will be? It was like Paul Lemur and Lena Sage is their names. Will this become a normal thing? Will it not be? Should AI be able to exist based on other people's performances or voices and make their own world? Or should AI be stopped right now and shut down? That is the question over on Kruse Court tonight, because I like to put people on the stand. I like to fucking challenge things. I like to say, should this happen? Who do we defend? Who do we defend tonight? That's the question. Scarlett Johansson thing's fucking crazy. If you say no, again, no means no. I'll say it right now. And she said no. They still did it. These people said they had no idea about the ramifications of what they recorded before. AI is a scary world. We get that. I love it a lot of times. It's helped a lot of people. AI is less expensive. It is true. It always wins. Jack Burton. But against an actor who has royalties, performance, my likeness, all of that, it's usually included in a SAG contract. This is the wild, wild west. So I ask my guests right now, do you defend AI? Should they have a right to exist, have their ability to take your voice, scan it, make it something different, or should they be stopped and people like Scarlett Johansson, taken care of and fine and cleared of all this shit? What do we think? I want the truth. I want the truth. Thirsty Daddy. Thirsty Daddy. Does AI win here? Or should AI be stopped? Give me the truth. You're on the stand.
In this case, AI is going to lose her ass. I mean, she did not authorize it. Now, someone signs a contract and say, okay, you can use my voice. Then they got every right to do it. Until that time, you can't usurp a person's job just because you want to. It's not about what you want. It's about the person's wants. And we should have addressed this in the contract, but SAG let us down on this one too.
Oh.
This needs to be addressed in contract because AI is not going away. So
hell no, it's not Thirsty Daddy. So who wins? Thirsty Daddy, AI, or Scarlett Johansson?
Scarlett by a landslide.
I agree. Thirsty Daddy has said it. Scarlett Johansson, you'll probably win this court case. I feel like you will. And I think at the end of the day, it's too tough to decide because she has a lot of reasons for winning this. I think at the end of the day, we lost Ron for a second. Sounds complicated. You're right, Quinn. It does sound complicated.
It sounds like because Kruse Court has settled it, AI is going to have to appeal.
We have not settled yet because we still have myself and Ron to settle this shit. So Ron's having some technical issues. So I'm going to put myself on the stand right now, talk about this AI situation. So Brian, you're on the stand. AI, you can do great things. You can help us. You can help us learn, grow, and become better human beings. But don't take our jobs. Work with us. Figure it out. And any company that's involved with this shit, take a second, take a beat to think about your own humanization, your own person, your own children that are growing up right now, or your grandchildren, or your brothers or sisters, your nephews or cousins, or anything in your family that are growing up right now. Take that moment to think about your future. And realize, end of the day, who wins if AI wins? If you lose those jobs for humans, who wins? Let's make a deal together. And AI right now? OpenAI? No. You lose until we work together. That's what Kruse says. Ron. GR thinks, again, that Scarlett Johansson should win this. I think she should win this too. OpenAI should not be using her stuff, but this is a big AI question, right? Will they move forward? Will they eventually take over for everybody, or can we work together as a one cohesive unit? That's the question overall. And by utilizing someone's voice, can we do it together and make everybody happy? Or will it eventually become a thing where AI dominates? It doesn't matter who you are. Scarlett Johansson, The Rock, Bruce Willis, Jersey Mike. It doesn't matter. Your voice is taken away. How do you feel about this? Ron, I'm putting you on the stand about this. Are you ready to go on the stand?
I'm ready.
Tell me the truth, Ron. I want the truth and nothing but the truth. I believe you'll give it to me right now. So, Ron, I'm putting you on the stand.
I'm here. I think I've always been vocal about where I stand on AI. That has not wavered one bit. But you bring up a good point. I think that we're going to have to work together on this, because otherwise they will just trample over. I mean, to get a no and to just go ahead anyways is so outrageous. And that to think that they would get away with that. I don't think AI is going anywhere. It's that thing again, like we built a car without seatbelts. We don't know where we're going, and we have to reel it in, and we're going to have to work with, because it's going to be them against. And no, I don't want it to go ahead.
Ron, who will win?
I honestly want to say not AI. Yes, not AI.
I think the Kruse court has ruled on this.
Yes.
And then at the end of the day, AI, the verdict is in. You lose for now. But who knows what the future brings.
True.
Anyways, everybody, we got a lot to talk about, so now it's time for us to get into it. So now it's time for us to actually talk about the monsters, because we had a little thing. I was going to talk about this later. Jordan was supposed to be talking about fucking Star Trek and shit, but who wants to talk about Star Trek unless Jordan's here? So I want to talk about the monsters. So the monsters is being rebooted in its own way. And if you knew about the monsters, they were a big hit show back in the day as a sitcom, but monster family, kind of like Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, their kids, and all that together, having a wholesome family sitcom life together. It was great. Dracula as a grandpa. It was a fun show. And honestly, at the back in the day, I love sitcoms, and I think it was one of those things where you made the best out of it. It was a different interpretation of the sitcom. Normally it's like, oh, sitcom, situational comedy. I'll put that out there. What's sitcom? Situational comedy. So the situational comedy, oh, well, these two characters all of a sudden are at the DMV. Done. Let's run with it. But now we have Frankenstein, the Bride of Frankenstein, and Dracula together at DMV. Run with it. That's huge. It's great. It's different. It's amazing. And what Monsters did, changed TV. It just changed it. And now we tried reboots. We did the one with Rob Zombie a couple years ago. That fucking bombed. We did the one with Jerry O'Connell before that, Mockingbird Lane. They did a pilot. They tried more. It didn't work out well. So now we're trying it again. But now we're going to go gory, intense with it. It's supposed to be more of a horror-based series called 1313, which is where they live, 1313 Mockingbird Lane. I love the monsters. I think it's a great idea. It's what they should have done for the Monsterverse years ago. But the sitcom world, I would say make it a sitcom again. Don't do another different kind of horror-based shit. Just to make it a sitcom again. Let's do it right nowadays and make it right. Whatever they're gonna do it now, it's not gonna do it. It's not gonna work. They have not figured it out. If it does work, I'll be shocked and I'll be happy for the monsters. But it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And that's what I think overall. I think it's such a big idea that the monsters is, and what it did at that time, again, I think it worked out because the time that it was. Ron, again, sitcoms, this world, the monsters was monumental at that time. Mm-hmm. We're really gonna dive into this though. We're going graphic, gory. They're probably gonna try to be like A24 with this shit. Is that what the monsters was supposed to be? Or was the monsters supposed to just revolutionize the sitcom?
I don't know if it's supposed to revolutionize the sitcom, but I know I always went to it for just lighthearted monster stuff. You know, not blood, gore. That's not what that whole thing is about at all. And for them to lead away from it, I think is an injustice to the monsters, the original. Having said that, I know that CW went with Sabrina, and that was a complete departure from Sabrina the Teenage Witch from the 90s.
Huge.
And it worked for them. So this doesn't surprise me, but I don't think it's it doesn't surprise me, but I don't think it's the right thing to do.
But that was a whole different thing that they did for Sabrina. They should have got Melissa Joan Hart, I'm just saying. Somewhere in there.
Ask her.
Friend of the show. They should have got her. But what they did with that, Ron, it was like a whole different. It did. You knew when you said that though. I was like, oh, it really did feel like a CW program in a lot of ways. It really did, because it was like the teeny bopper kid show, like trying to figure themselves out. They have like teen drama. You know what I mean? It's teen drama. It was totally that world. And they had brought people in from different aspects of Sabrina, but it would have been so much fun if Melissa Joan Hart would have been involved somehow. It would have been so much fun. Like, even if she was like a teacher there, you know what I mean? That popped in here and there.
Yeah.
Her name.
What's her name on Wednesday?
Kruse Control. I saw you commented on something on Melissa Joan Hart's stuff recently, and I was like, I saw it and I was like, that's fucking great. She has a new show or a movie, right? A new movie coming out or something like that. I saw you commented.
Yeah.
Friend of the show again. Friend of the show. They changed the they don't change. They're gonna change the monsters. It's not gonna be what you. It's not gonna be what you think it's gonna be. They're gonna try to make it into some world that's not. And I think at the end of the day, it's. Ron, why did the monsters work back at that time? Like, why was it?
They were a typical family. Like, who's saying that right now? Jack is saying that. Except they were monsters. And it was just so much fun to watch that and to see that they could just be real like people too. That's why it worked.
Is that all it was? You think it was?
I think it was as simple as that. Absolutely. I think the timing of this is very interesting also, because on Wednesday, season 2 of Wednesday, I'm saying, is going to be more about her family. It's going to be more about the Addams family.
It should be though.
But that's interesting that that's happening. It's going to be more about the family, and then the monsters. It's not a coincidence, I don't think.
I'm almost surprised that it's. Well, I was almost surprised that it's not like a Netflix thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like, I mean, then again, maybe they can't.
There, Brian, on Netflix.
What? You think what?
I'm sorry, I stepped on you. I apologize.
No, what'd you say? Get in there. We've been drinking. It's Friday.
On Netflix, this idea might work. On television, not a snowball's chance in Hades. As Ron just said, the original show was just like Father Knows Best or whoever.
It's James Wan though, GR. It's James Wan doing this. It was like a big horror guy.
Dude, who's doing it? You asked if it would work. On network television, as a horror show, not a snowball's chance in hell. This was a family-oriented show that my friends nicknamed my son because of Eddie.
Oh, really? That's where it came from?
Well,
That's where he came
he had the cowlick going on back in his youth,
That's great.
and they started
That's
calling him
awesome.
Eddie.
That's
And
awesome.
that lasted
Yeah.
until he was
How did
in
you
his
feel
30s.
about that?
That's funny.
You were fine with that?
It didn't bother me at all. It was The Munsters was a fun show. I mean, they had a core group of incredible actors.
Yeah, they were.
You know,
That's all.
Fred, his wife, and Grandpa. 3 talents that are insurmountable. I couldn't think of 3 in this day and age of that quality.
Right?
I'll tell you the one thing I'll say about this though too is like I think the original is still the best. I'll say that. They did like I said, they did the reboot for Mockingbird Lane. And I remember they were trying so hard. They built the whole house at Universal. I remember going to the backlot tour. They had the whole house there with Jerry O'Connell. They tried it. It failed. Then they did the Rob Zombie version. Everybody was like talking about that. And it failed. Huge on Netflix. It came out. It was like one of the lowest things. Let's go to theaters and Rob Zombie and all that. I get what he was trying to do. But I think that why it worked, the actor caliber was great. The seriousness of it was great. I think what they did before, after that was like, I mean, Mockingbird Lane, they try getting serious. That Eddie Izzard was great, I think. Jill Connell was fine. It's like more of a Frankenstein character. I love Eddie Izzard. Doesn't matter what the fuck he does.
Right.
Or he's fucking, or they, great. Like, you know, he's been transitioning. I don't know what, but he's fucking, they're great. They're fucking great. And I love them so much. Fucking great. So good. Hilarious, amazing, and talented. That's all that matters to me. And, well, also, I mean, you're a human being. You matter too. But I'm just saying, Eddie Izzard was fucking great in that. And I watch anything they do. But Jerry O'Connell, you know, they tried some Frankenstein. It failed. I remember how much money they spent on that fucking reboot. And I was like, how is this not working? Because back in the day, it was just about heart and family, Ron. Heart and family. And that's what it was. And that's why I think you're right about that. And then became more like, how do we revert and change and make it something nowadays and adaptable? And it doesn't matter about that. Back then, it was the typical sitcom, but they're monsters.
Exactly.
Go. Right? What happens when monsters but Ron, sitcoms, again, for our audience out there, sitcoms.
I can't hear you.
Situational comedy. A situational comedy, right?
Right.
You go to the grocery store. Right? And you're looking for salami, right? Mm-hmm. But you're monsters now. It changes everything.
It does.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Because you're in the grocery store, but it's something that's out of this world. It's in our world, and I just think it sounds fun, and the people look at them, and then they have that niece who's the typical American girl, and they just think that she's so freaky and weird. I love the juxtaposition.
Ron, sorry to interrupt, but somebody in the comments, I think it was Jack, said she was the white sheep of the family.
That's funny. You see? Yeah, exactly.
The white sheep?
White sheep.
Instead of the black sheep, the white sheep. Come on, catch up here.
That's pretty good. Who said that? Who said white sheep?
I think it was Jack Burton.
Thank you, Jack Burton, for being here. Appreciate you, man. And you said Herman Munster was actually an excellent dad, which is very true.
Yeah.
Great dad. But saying a different caliber of actor back then. And I think that the Munsters could do really well now.
I do.
But then again, it's like playing off that world and just being about family. Family's great. Yeah. And that's what sitcoms are. Family,
always.
Wholesomeness, and then coming together in a lot of ways in a situational situation.
So how do you make a horror out of that?
What's that?
How do you make a horror show out of that?
I know. I mean, sitcoms are family situations with 2 staircases, one in the living room and one in the kitchen, so there's an easy exit.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
You know
forgot
what?
about that. It's so true.
Ron, Ron and GR, you know how you make a horror show out of a family situation?
Gee, let me think on that for just a minute.
You make a show like Dexter, and there's a spin-off coming, and we want to talk about that. So now it's time for our feature story of the night. You guys set me up big time. Ron, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, so this happened to Sabrina before. We're happening. Oh my God, I kicked something. Where graphics play and then you lose it. So maybe there's something with the program. I'll figure that out. But there is a spinoff. We talked about this before, but there actually is a spinoff, a prequel of Harrison. Well, I want to say Harrison. Fuck. There's that's my mind. We'll talk about that. But there is a prequel series to Dexter coming, everybody. And Dexter New Blood happened. We know what we talked about that before. That was big because they want to give Dexter an ending. But now we have a spinoff, a reboot, a redo of new Dexter stuff happening. And Dexter is a kid. Oh, I just dropped some shit. I've been drinking. Let me start again. Woo! Reboot of Dexter happening. And Dexter is coming back again as a child. And now they've been casting, going back and forth. And Patrick Gibson, Christian Slater, and Molly Brown have been cast in the new Dexter prequel series. You might say, who are these people? Well, Patrick Gibson was in the OA, which I watched that show. It was all right. It was a little bit weird, but I'm like, this guy, you see him kind of looks like playing Dexter. Christian Slater as Harry. Okay, I guess I see it. But I would still say, just cast the same actor. He played like youngish, oldish the whole show. He still looks good. Just cast him as Harry again. But whatever. I love Christian Slater. He deserves a job. And on top of that, too, Molly Brown, I know she's been in a bunch of stuff. She was in Law and Order. She was on Marvelous Miss Maisel. Evil. She's been around. She's been working. But I just say this. End of the day, why are we doing this? We saw flashbacks during the whole Dexter show of him as a kid. But now we're going to go back and look at the premise. The premise right now, we're going back to 1991. 1991, 15 years before the events of Dexter. And the official logline says this: Dexter transitions from student to avenging serial killer when his bloodthirsty urges can't be ignored any longer. Dexter must learn to change his inner darkness with the guidance of his father, Harry. And he adopts and decides to adapt that into a way to help. And he starts to kill people who deserve to be eliminated from society without getting on law enforcement's radar. And this particular challenge from youth begins to influence himself, and he becomes a young intern at a forensics department at the Miami Metro. Why are we doing this? I mean, I hope it does well for Showtime. But why? Why are we doing this? I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, here's what I'll say this. Like, I love Dexter. I have loved Dexter since, well, I first started watching Dexter. I'll say this about you, about all you. I watched Dexter on a whim. I remember I was on Showtime when it came out, and I started watching, and Michael C. Hall was really hard to get into at first, but the idea and the process and what they went through, I think was great. It took some time. A little weird, a little odd. He's a serial killer. At the end of the day, though, like, it worked because it was Dexter. We did New Blood. I wasn't so excited about that. Quad says it sounds interesting. Yes, it does sound interesting. But let me pitch you something new, Quad. Something new. You're looking at right now the cast of Harrison. And what's Harrison? Well, Harrison was something we made about a spinoff of Dexter's Kid. And that's where they should be going with this. And you know what? Copyright infringement, if they fucking go after us, I'll stop them. But I think at the end of the day,
dead.
you go forward, don't go back. And we saw this shit before on Dexter. We saw Harry and Dexter figuring it out. They laid all this out on TV. We talked about this before. I think it was the three of us together before Paul about this. But now we have casting. Now we have movement. Now we have plot details. We said the same thing before. Why are we doing this? We already know this story. We know this fucking story. Harrison figures it out. He kills people. He gets involved in my metro, and then he's fine. What do we get from this? What do we get? And I had a friend, my friend Peoples, who edits a lot. He literally said, like, he goes, I hope Sony fucking fails and goes bankrupt. And I'm like, well, maybe, because the idea they should do is take the next step forward. And me as a creator and a producer and everything else, you take the story of Dexter and you take a step forward, not go back. We already know Dexter's story. We know what happened. So why are we doing this or now? Why are we casting this? These people work, I guess, as Deb and Dexter and Harry. That's great. I love Christian Slater. Give him fucking a job. End of the day, you take this story and you actually evolve it. You don't go backwards. You don't de-evolve, you evolve. And to me, I'm very upset about this because I think that they should have thought it better. They should have seen our short, which I'll post. It's going to be posted in this video for sure. And I think they should move forward. Ron.
Yes.
Dr. Danko himself. People are like, what's Dr. Danko? If you watch the books, Ron played Dr. Danko in our short.
Yes, he did.
Do you think this is the right move for Showtime with Dexter after New Blood?
I'm going to completely go opposite of you, Brian, and I think it sounds fascinating. I think getting more of an insight of him as a kid, I think, is going to be very interesting and very telling.
Will that lead to multiple seasons, though, Ron?
I mean, I could see maybe a couple seasons, but no studio's going to do anything for one season. You know, they're never going to write something that they think they'll just go one season.
So true.
So it's like, I mean, it could go longer. You know, it depends. One, it depends on how many episodes are per season, because that could be an easy one, and then how deep they want to dive into this. And I love the fact that Christian Slater's in it. I love him, and you just don't.
I love Christian Slater.
I don't see him anymore, and he was so big.
But like Ron, like with the breakdown, they said like the breakdown alone says like he's going to become an intern at the forensics department at Miami Metro. Is that too far for a first season?
I don't think so. Not with today's audience. It's just, you know, you got to go fast.
Do you think it's going to be like, okay, they start with him having tendencies, and then on top of that, okay, now he's going to start this because Harry wants him to have a job, and then they goes there.
Right. It's going to be quite a stretch, but it could.
It's a lot of time. It's a lot of time.
I guess it depends on what could be leading up to the tendencies of wanting to do that, because that could take some time.
Well, here's what I say though. I get it, Ron. I love backstory.
Right.
And do you think though, Ron, this could lead to like, okay, we get Dexter's beginnings, we have his end, we have his beginnings. Is his future next?
No, I think this would just about do it. I do.
You think they won't do any more beyond this?
I don't think that there would be. No, I don't think so. I don't see that. I think a lot would hinge on this and where it's going to go. But I think we would be pretty satisfied as a whole with this.
Are we screwed, Ron? Because with the Harrison, are we screwed? Are we? I want to ask her now. Are we screwed?
That sucks. As soon as I read that breakdown today, I'm like, oh wow. Quite possibly.
But did you watch New Blood?
I watched a fair half of them.
Okay. So you didn't see the ending then?
I did not see the ending. No, no.
So
no.
It's been long enough. You mind if I spoil it for a second and tell you what happens?
That's fine.
So at the end, God, it really tore my soul apart when I watched New Blood, because I'm like, when they came back to it, I'm like, oh, this could be really good for Harrison. When the kid's like supposed to be like 18, you know, and he goes to find his dad, right? And at the end, he shoots and kills his dad.
Okay.
But you know, Dexter's like on the ground, bleeding out. Run, Harrison. Harrison runs, we cut to whatever. So we don't actually see Dexter really being dead.
Right.
You know, and Harrison goes in the run. And for me, and for the audience out there as well, because this is really a conversation about what we wanted to do for the show on top of the natural show. For me, it was like Harrison runs away. So for me, I'm like, oh God, he runs away, right? We cut to 15 years later. right?
Mm-hmm.
He's 35, 36. He's found his way back to my metro,
Mm-hmm.
and Dexter reappears and he's not actually dead.
I like that.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's a way of making an actual real story where Harrison's a man. Because in
Right.
the show, he's a fucking bitch. I'm not gonna lie, he's a bitch in the show. He's not right, GR?
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Slap
When I first saw him, because my imagination of what Harrison's supposed to be in my mind, because when we first started doing the show, 'cause again, I'll post Queen, everybody else, the short we made. My idea was that Harrison was supposed to be like, you know, a different kind of person, different kind of monster, if you will. His, you know, and I'm like, wow, they really could have messed him up. But also the way it ended, I'm like, oh, he could still become that monster.
Yeah,
he could still
he could.
become that way.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe Showtime had no idea how to do it because they didn't talk to Brian Kruse, and they did their own thing. But I think we still have a chance. I think we still have a chance.
Okay. I do like the way you're looking at that, and I can believe in that. Yeah.
And Dr. Danko can pop in as like the first fucking season. He has to. He has to. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry, GR. You're probably dead in the first episode. I'm sorry.
Hey, well, shit. If I'm going to get killed, at least you fed me to my own dogs.
GR, you hear about this though. Do you think that the Dexter prequel is good for the lore of Dexter? Will it help bring more people into it, or is it another teeny bopper type thing that won't add anything to the franchise?
Oh, I can see what Ron was saying, but I think it'll bomb like beyond words.
Oh.
You don't think so? Doesn't do well. You don't think at all?
I just don't think it's the kids today. The viewers today don't have the background of watching Dexter originally,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's
A little bit of time.
The guy's a killer. What are we going to watch that for? You know, and unless you can really jump that 15 years in the first 20 minutes, you're not going to have viewers.
Well, it's true, but do you think that Showtime even knows they're doing the Dexter character anymore?
No, obviously not. If they would have, they would have bought Harrison.
I agree with you there. That's an inside deep cut right there, GR.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm just being honest, guys. You asked my opinion. That's it.
I just saw this, and this is like, I was really hoping to have like Tim on tonight. Unfortunately, Tim, who was our director of Harrison, we did a short called Harrison, got into a car accident this week, and it was like a drunk driver hit him, and I was trying to get him on the show tonight, and he's we put our prayers and our thoughts out to him to get better. But
Amen to that.
you know, and I wanted to have like a deeper dive into the Dexter lore thought process, but I think there's a lot that you can capture with a serial killer like this, and what the ramifications are. Like Dexter, if you watch Dexter, how he was trying to hide it for a long time. He dipped his sister into the ocean at the very end. And then she comes back in New Blood as a consciousness in his brain and messes with him. And like what that character goes through, then a kid comes back into his life. I think there's a lot of psychological ideas that could be. Yeah, Ron, get in there.
I wanted to, with what GR was saying, I find the story subject fascinating enough that people would tune in, that I find it interesting, and they don't need to have a backstory really. I mean, that'll play itself out, and you could be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But it's not like you need that backstory initially to tune in. It's because it's an interesting subject.
You know, I can see where you're coming from, Ron, because, I mean, people have no concept of killers.
Right.
I mean,
that mind.
And
yeah.
And I'm you know, I don't want to bring my life into it, but I did it for a living for our government. Right? And it's, when you kill somebody, I don't care how cold and calculating you are, it stays with you. I mean,
forever. right?
Every,
Forever.
every person I took down in Vietnam, I remember to this day. I can tell you, I the look on their face, what they were, not who they were, because I didn't know them.
No, but
But
you see the look in their eyes.
yeah, and
As a sniper, you see it 100%.
well, it
You're
takes
so
it.
close, but so far away, right, GR?
Well, how do I put it? It's why you and your dad and I became close that quickly. You know,
I know. I was still
the
frustrated, but
difference
it's
between
okay.
a soldier and a sniper, which is what I was for those of you that don't know, is that when you shoot somebody as a soldier, you don't see them. You see something in the distance, and he's the bad guy, so you shoot him.
Like a video game.
Whereas a sniper is more like what Dexter and Harrison
Well, it's the same
were.
thing. It's the same shit though. Dexter's like these are villains, you know. That's it.
But the difference is it's up close and personal. I mean, a soldier shoots you, you're dead, you're a bad guy, nothing. When you kill somebody in person, it's up close and personal. And you don't, it's not something you just say, oh, he's dead. No big
And it
deal.
stays with you forever, right?
You know, in April of next year, it'll be 50 years since I killed anybody, but I still can remember every damn one of them right here. And it will never, ever go away.
You're not encouraged killing people on cruise control, but that's a different time.
And I'm sorry, folks, if that offended any of you. It was part of the subject of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Well, Thirsty Daddy, we appreciate your service, the time it happened, and it takes its toll on the psyche and everything else, and who you are, what you're meant to be, what you think you should be, what your life is meant to be. And at that time, especially when you were a kid, I can't imagine. I mean, I grew up in a time where I was very lucky that I wasn't pushed to do that kind of thing.
I'm knocking on wood for you, Brian.
Well, yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm old enough now where it won't happen, but to be at that age where it's like you're not really forced, but you kind of are in a lot of ways to delve into that world of being such an adult that you never expected to be. It's like I can't imagine, GR. Because like, you don't expect that. You don't need that. You don't want that. But like,
I was
that's your
18 when I
obligation.
stepped in Vietnam.
I know, but they make it your obligation
I
though.
was a baby.
Yeah. You were a baby.
When the war ended, I was 21 years old.
That's
And what
amazing.
they tell you, GR? They said you did great for your country when it was done, right?
Bye. Thanks for working. Get out of here.
But they also probably were like everything you did, because you have to say that. But you have to say that. You have to. Like everything that you did was for a reason. You know?
And everything I did, and this is all I can say, because I've told you a couple of cute stories over the years, Brian, but I can't tell you what I did. It's still all classified.
Of course you can't.
I mean, I can't even tell your dad. He was there, and that I can't tell him because
I love my
it's
my dad.
classified.
Well, you guys were in different situations, and my dad was a mechanic. It's a lot of different things, But again, it's the same thing with fucking Dexter. It's like Dexter was told that was right. That was right, and that's where stories like this come into fruition and become a real thing, and that's just what it is. And GR, I thank you for
when this bombs. Maybe Showtime will say, "Oh, maybe we should look at that Harris."
We're gonna do Harrison. It's only gonna fuel us to it. I'm so sorry that Ryan keeps dropping up. I don't know what the hell happened to the feed, but it's only gonna fuel it. And I think this prequel, I get what Ron's saying, GR. I think that the idea of the backstory, the idea of who Dexter was before is a good idea, but I think that they're missing out on the point of the whole narrative, GR. And the whole point of the narrative is this. It's a person that has some very fucking dark tendencies. And his dad adjusts those tendencies for good. That's the narrative of Dexter. And because he knows his kid is going to be locked up forever. That's it. That's it. And so he figures a way out so his kid can still live. Because he loves his fucking kid. Like, if you're a parent, you love your fucking kid. So the narrative is, I read the books too, is find a way for your kid to survive. But this is diving into more.
Ron back.
Yeah. So I was saying, Ron, is like the narrative of Harrison or Dexter was to find a way for your kid to survive.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Not like what Harry wanted was not to make his kid kill people.
Mm-hmm.
It was because he loved his kid so much that he found a way to make the kid's life make sense. And for Harrison, or for this prequel series, Dexter, that's why I'm a little bit not sold on it, because it feels like a spin-off. But I'm also like, the depth of it, of course, you see it now, but during the show, it made sense. It's like a father loving his kid so much, like, I have to make sure my kid doesn't die.
Mm-hmm.
And
Can I just say something to one of yours?
yeah.
Jack, thank you. I appreciate he's thanking me for my service, but
Yes.
I appreciate that, Jack. Back in the day, we didn't get that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Didn't happen.
Go ahead.
But I was going to say with moving forward is like, I think that's why Harrison works, because it's the idea of like the child doesn't have the reasoning from their father or their mother or their whatever, whoever they are, who is their parent, you know, they don't have that. And so what does that cause that person? Not having somebody to tell them you can be this person, but in a certain way. And I think that's what they're missing for going to prequel. And I think the prequel would be fucking great, Ron. I think it'd be great. I love the idea that I think this kid, this Gibson, he was great in the OA. I don't know if you ever watched the OA. He was great in the OA. And he kind of looks like Michael C. Hall. He kind of has the hairline, the look, the Irish kind of like the very pale look of him. Mm-hmm. But I just think that they're missing a lot of what the idea of being who he was without moving forward. Mm-hmm. But you know what? They're missing all three of us to make that happen. So, you know what's gonna be great one day when it actually happens for us? It's gonna be fucking great. It's gonna be great.
We'll all be stars, darling.
Well, it's gonna be a whole different narrative, and I think that. Well, we'll all be stars, and we'll show what it means to go through psychological despair to find yourself again.
It's bitch.
Anyways, everybody, thank you for being here on Kruse Control. Appreciate you so much. We've gone through a lot tonight. We appreciate you so much. God, it's Friday. We're getting very fucking punch drunk love and shit. I don't know. We're getting really intense. But I do think that at the end of the day, Harrison would be great. I will always say that. And I think that what they're doing with Dexter, maybe it'll work. I think it could work really well. I've got friends tell me shit constantly it's not going to work. But I appreciate Ron, GR, and the Pep Star. Mostly Ron and GR for being here, because Peppy, you can't fucking walk away. But Ron and GR for being here. And I appreciate you so much, because we've gone through a lot. And I think that when we get a chance, we're gonna do better, bigger things for the Dexter franchise.
Works for me.
Anyways, Ron, thank you so much for being on Kruse Control. Appreciate you so much. Hope you have a great night. Love you, Ron.
Thank you.
I'm sorry about the connectivity issues. I don't know what's happening.
I'm sorry too.
I think it's this build, and like the other build like fucked up, and I changed this build. That's why I went to the 200th episode. If I would have known, we had so many back and forths, everybody, because of we lost some people tonight. If I would have known, I would have done the normal build. Works a lot better. It's very fluid. So I'm sorry, Yeah, this bill's not. It's being weird, but I thought we were gonna have 5 people. We ended up having 4 with Peppy. You know, whatever. You know, that's how it goes.
3.5.
3.5. 3.5. Thank you for being here, Ron. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Thirsty Daddy. Thank you for being here, Kruse Control. Appreciate it as always. I love you, GR. Thank you for being here. Happy Friday. Hope you had a good time.
Love you too.
And
Love both you guys. Hey, it's we've done it for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we'll do it some more.
Mm-hmm.
We'll keep doing it. That's what happens, you know.
And all our great viewers. I mean, some of them are a new guy, Jack, which was great to see.
Yeah, he said the show went by so quickly. Wow. I love that.
I feel like I slowed down. I've been drinking quite a bit. I feel like I slowed down.
A little bit.
Too late now.
You're right, Ron. I definitely slowed down. I'm actually here though. The one week I wasn't here, whatever that happens, I was really drunk. But
Yes.
I was very drunk.
We had one night and you got slightly intoxicated.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm here now. But I appreciate you both, honestly. And that's the idea of the show. We keep going, moving forward to find a good narrative, a good conversation. And I do think that we could do better by Harrison and Dexter, but that's me. Anyways, thank you, Ron. Hope you had a great night. Hope you I'm sorry about the confusion and the drop-offs, but happy Friday. I appreciate you, and I know you're going through a lot. As we're going through a lot of shit back and forth, and we miss and love Jim. Mm-hmm. And I thank you for being here after all of that to talk and be a friend.
Of course.
I love you, Ron.
Love you.
Mr. Thirsty Daddy. Thank you too as well, man. Thank you for being here.
Place I'd rather be on a Friday night with good friends like you two
Mm-hmm.
and other normal people that are with us. But thank you.
Well,
we're just. I'm sorry. I pushed the wrong button. I'm sorry. I'm drunk. Brian's drunk
because he forgot to press the button. If you enjoyed the show, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you want, join our Patreon. Woo! It's all free.
Yeah, keep that money. Keep that movement going forward. I just want to say, again, thank you again. Appreciate you. Ron, GR, Pep Star himself. If you like this, please like and subscribe. Join our Patreon if you can. Woo! It's been a night. It's been a night. Woo! Anyways, get to your friends, your family, your uncles, your aunts, your grandmas, your grandpas, your great-great-great-great-great-grandpas, and all the grandparents, all the universe that came down from Zaptune and landed back in your backyard and fucked your mailman. They subscribed. You can subscribe too. And so can every fucking Xenu from every fucking world that came around. Yesterday, they fucked the kangaroo and the Japanese beetle and every fucking beetle and background person that came around and all the marsupilami and all the fucking kangaroos and the fucking womp, 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 womp. Every fucking creature that came from the woodland creatures, the deer, the beavers, the badgers, and all that, they came down. You can come down. We all make it happen. We love you so much. Have a great night. Appreciate you. Enjoy your weekend. Happy Memorial Day weekend. I'm drunk, so I appreciate you. I'm trying my best. I'm still holding it true as best as I can. Anyways, Ron, GR, I love you. Pepstar. Have a good night, everybody. You take care.
Bye, everyone.
And you spike your hair.
Everybody.
Good night.
And until then, see ya.